Hello, welcome to City English Academy. In this video, I am discussing the explanation of Act 4, Scene 3, line by line, highlighting all the keywords. Before getting into details, let us see the backdrop story of Act 4, Scene 3. This is Julius Caesar, Act 4, Scene 3, video number 22, Part 1. This is the backdrop of the story of Act 4, Scene 3. Brutus and Cassius quarrel inside the tent of Brutus. They accuse and insult each other. A poet comes to the tent to act as a peacemaker, but Brutus scornfully sends him away. Brutus tells Cassius that Portia is dead, and this mellows Cassius down. They iron out their differences, and Brutus overpowers Cassius as usual. But this time, the consequences are fatal. Brutus retires to sleep after Cassius leaves. But he cannot sleep. He is visited by the ghost of Caesar. The apparition tells him that they shall meet at Philippi. Brutus and Cassius within the tent of Brutus. Enter Brutus and Cassius. Cassius, that you have wronged me doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here of this audience, wherein my letters praying on his side because I knew the man were slighted off. Cassius says, now the following facts clearly proves that you have wronged me and treated me unjustly. You have condemned and publicly criticized Lucius Pella for taking bribes from the people of Sardis and ignored all the letters I wrote to you, appealing in his favor, and treated my letters with contempt. Brutus says, let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and mart your officers for gold to undeserves. For the words of Cassius, Brutus replies, you did wrong to yourself to write in favor of him, and in this matter. Cassius tells him, I am itching palm. You know that you are Brutus that speak this, or by the gods this speech were else you were lost. Cassius says, it is not proper that you should take into account every fault into serious consideration. Now here, itching palm refers to taking bribes. Brutus is telling Cassius, you have to be condemned because you have taken the bribes. You are the corrupted person. Now again Brutus says, the name of Cassius honors this corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hide his head. Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much criticized of being corrupt and taking bribes and placing incompetent and unworthy men in position of trust. Cassius replies, Cassius, chastisement? Cassius tells him, I accept bribes. You are privileged to be Brutus when you say this, or by heavens, this speech would be your last. Brutus, remember March, the Ides of March. The Ides of March, did not great Julius bleed for justice' sake? What villain touched his body that did stab and not for justice? What shall one of us that struck the foremost man of all this world but for supporting robbers? Shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes and sell the mighty space of our large honors for so much trash as may be grasped thus? I had rather be a dog and bathe the moon than such a Roman. Now Brutus is telling Cassius, remember the Ides of March, that is the 15th of March. Was it not to satisfy justice that the great Caesar died? None of us was such a villain as to have stabbed him for any other cause than that of justice. We killed the greatest man of the world only because he allowed robbers to go unpunished. Shall we now corrupt ourselves by taking bribes and selling the great power and respect we have gained for a handful of worthless gold? I would rather be a mad dog that barks at the moon than to be such a Roman. Cassius, Brutus, bay not me. I will not endure it. You forget yourself. To hedge me in, I am a soldier. I older in practice, abler than yourself to make conditions. Cassius is telling Brutus, bay not me. I will not endure it. You forget yourself to hedge me in. I am a soldier. I order in patience abler than yours to make conditions. That is, he is telling, don't provoke me, for I will not tolerate. Stop it. You are forgetting yourself. When you impose a restraint upon me, I am a soldier, more experienced and more efficient than you in making decisions. Brutus, go to. You are not Cassius. Brutus says, that's not enough. That is enough. I wonder whether you can justify your claims. Cassius, I am. Cassius says, yes, I can. Brutus, I say you cannot. Cassius, do not. Cassius, is not possible? Brutus, hear me, for I will speak. Must I give way and room to your rash choler? Shall I be frightened when a mad man stares? Listen to me. Must I tolerate and accept your bad temper? Should I be afraid when you stare at me like a madman? Cassius, oh ye gods, must I endure all this? Oh God, should I bear all this? Brutus, all this, more, fret till your proud heart break. Go, show your slaves how choleric you are, and make your bondmen tremble. Must I budge? Must I observe you? Must I stand and crouch under your tasty humor? By the gods, you shall digest the venom of your spleen, though it do split you, for from this day forth I will use for my mirth, for my laughter when you are waspish. Now Brutus replies, you must endure all this and more, fret and fume till your proud heart breaks. Go and show your temper to your slaves and make them tremble in fear. Must I bow down before you? Must I give way? Must I study how to please you? Must I stand and bend down before your irritable mood? I swear by the gods that you shall swallow the poison of your anger and bad temper even if it kills you. I shall treat you as an object of mirth and laughter when you become ill tempered. Cassius, is it come to this? Brutus, you say you are a better soldier. Let it appear so. Make your wanting true, and it shall please me well. For mine own part, I shall be glad to learn of noble men. Now Brutus is replying like this. You say you are a better soldier. Let it be shown that this is true and justify your boast. I shall be well pleased if you do so. For my part, I am only too pleased to learn something from great men. Cassius, You wrong me every way. You wrong me, Brutus. I said an elder soldier, not a better. Did I say better? Cassius is telling, you do me injustice in every way. I think that I am worse than what I really am. I never said I am a better soldier. I said older. Here, there is a difference between better soldier and older soldier. Here, the meaning what Cassius says is that he is senior than Brutus and he is wiser than Brutus because of his seniority. Brutus, if you did, I care not. So Brutus says, if you feel like that, I don't care for you. Cassius, when Caesar when Caesar lived, he durst not thus have moved me. So Cassius is telling if Caesar was alive, he wouldn't have done like this. He wouldn't be dead enough to say me all these things. Brutus, peace, peace. You durst not so have tempted him. Brutus is replying, be quiet. You would never have dared to provoke him like this. Cassius, I durst not? What do you mean? Am I not dare enough to provoke him? Brutus, for your life you durst not. So Brutus tells him, yes, you wouldn't have done like this. Cassius, do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that I shall be sorry for. So here Cassius says even for Caesar also he would have done the same thing. He would have provoked him also. For which Brutus is replying. So this is what he says, do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that I shall be sorry for. I would have regretted, I would have felt sorry for that. For Caesar also I would have done the same thing. For which Brutus says, you have done that you should be sorry for. There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats, for I am armed so strong in honesty that they pass by me as the idle wind, which I respect not. I did send to you for certain sums of gold, which you denied me, for I can raise no money by vile means. By heaven, I had rather coin my heart and drop my blood for drachms than to wring from the hard hands of peasants their vile trash. By any indirection I did send to you for gold to pay for my lesions, which you denied me. Was that done like Cassius? Should I have answered Caius Cassius so, when Marcus Brutus grows so covetous to lock such rascal counters from his friends? Be ready, gods, with all your thunderbolts, dash him to pieces. Brutus is very angry that Cassius has not answered the letters of Brutus, which he wrote to Cassius for help to maintain the army. So he says like this, you have already done things that you should be sorry for. I am not at all frightened by your anger, Cassius, for I am conscious of my honorable motives. Your anger can no more influence me than the wind that blows. I requested you to send me certain sums of money in gold, which you refused. You are well aware that I cannot raise money by dishonorable means. Why, by the gods of Rome, I would sooner turn my own heart into gold and coin every drop of my blood into drachms than by unjust means of extracting money from the toiled, hardened hearts of peasants. I sent to you for gold to pay my regiments, and you refused me. Was that an act of worthy of Cassius? Should I have sent Cassius such an answer? When Marcus Brutus becomes so greedy as to lock away his dirty coins from his friends, be ready, O gods, to dash him to pieces with your thunderbolts. Now Cassius is replying. I denied you not. Cassius says, "Oh no, I did not refuse." Brutus, "You did." Cassius, "I did not. He was a foolish fellow who bought back my answer to you." Brutus, "You have broken my heart. A friend should be patient with the weakness of a friend, but you are making mine greater than they are." Brutus, "I do not, till you practice them on me." So here I will stop. I will be discussing in my next video the contents of Act 4, Scene 3. Watch for more content. Thank you very much.